Hey guys, this is Jim Gash with SpliceNet Consulting coming back to you with a No Law Firm Left Behind vlog. I'm happy to announce that I'm sitting here with Vicente Del Valle, law firm technology extraordinaire. He was with us quite a long time ago, and all I have to say is he's back. How's it feel to be back, Vinny?
Feels great. I'm very excited to be back on the team.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to reconnecting with some old friends.
Well, we had a great time in the past. I really enjoyed working the law firms that we did in the past. I mean, it's just, I got to tell you one thing that never ceases to amaze me is how much your customers loved you. How did you do that? Because quite honestly, I think they all hate me.
I don't think that's quite true, but I think the most important thing is developing a relationship with folks.
Yeah.
That relationship is really what keeps that business relationship going as well.
Yeah. You know what? It's kind of interesting, and I think we're all seeing it right now with this COVID thing. We're doing business now different than before. It's one thing to go see somebody at their office, right? But when you do a meeting, a face-to-face virtual meeting like we do with Teams with someone, to their home, right? You have a different kind of relationship now, don't you think?
Yeah, I think one is meetings, virtual meetings, is new to a lot of folks.
Oh yeah.
The spaces that they're in is something that's new as well, and so people, I think, react differently in meetings when they're working at home.
They do. I mean, there's nothing more disarming than being in a Teams meeting with someone and their dog starts to bark or their kids walk into the room. Mm-hmm. You've become part of that person's life at that point, whether they like it or not.
Yep.
And
yep.
Not that it's never happened to me, right?
Yeah.
My kids seem to stand at the door whenever I'm in a meeting, Teams meeting, just kind of hover. Well, what have you been doing all these years?
I spent some time over at ThyssenKrupp Bilstein as their engineer for their infrastructure.
Yeah.
From there, I went on to Apex Supply Chain Technologies, a company here in Cincinnati that makes smart vending machines. For them, I managed their help desk for a while. Then I went on to manage their operations team, their infrastructure operations team, at a goal of 4 nines. So 9.
Not like any of our law firm customers, right? Yeah. None of our law firms are like that.
Yeah. And we monitored, and we had metrics that we had to meet.
Yeah.
And we made sure that the systems that the application ran on were up all the time.
As any of these go, I got a couple questions I got to ask you. Yeah. Obviously, you're coming in at an interesting time. And so a lot of law firms are currently being told they need to pivot. What does it really mean for a law firm to pivot today? Given that we're going to be coming out of quarantine here pretty soon, we're going to go back to work, right? Mm-hmm. So what are our law firm customers going to have to do to pivot? What does that mean to you first?
So I think it's not only law firms, but we're talking about law firms today. But businesses in general, law firms, they have to change the way they interact with the customer and the way they do business pre-COVID versus to what's going to be afterwards. Mm-hmm. And that means utilizing technologies more for remote sessions, for electronic signatures, and things of that nature. Microsoft Teams is a great tool. I love it. It's a great collaboration tool for working with a group of people in a bunch of different locations. Yeah. Right? And so learning these new technologies, implementing these new technologies, I think it's going to be important for the law firms to be able to continue on going forward.
So for their clients, what should they be doing in your mind, generally speaking, so that their clients can see that they're pivoting?
I think as they start asking the customers to meet in different ways, like through Teams, the client will see that they are making that effort forward, making other systems available for maybe encrypted emails so that they can receive communications securely. Yeah. Things of that sort that touches the customer, I think, is important.
Yeah, I have an opinion that lawyers should probably, in order to pivot, should get out there more socially. LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, for that matter. I mean, everybody laughs at TikTok, but let's face it, man, there's a reason people are talking about it. You think lawyers should be doing to communicate with their clients en masse on social media.
I think a way to reach the customers or their clients so that they can connect with their clients on a more regular basis.
Let me ask you, Benny, any particular technologies you worked with in the past that you remember that were just awesome technologies?
In the past, when I was working with the law firms, tools like Juris, I manage.
And we're working with a lot of cloud-based technologies right now. Specifically, everyone's moved to the Microsoft 365 platform. Yep. And we're trying to help people get the most out of those. And Vinny's got a lot of experience around this area. And then the Microsoft Azure platform, the Windows Virtual Desktop, replacing the on-premise technology is going to be more and more important. And I'm glad your experience with that. Also, I mean, we were talking about our Citricom phone system earlier as well, how voice over IP is now, voice over IP has transcended just the desk phone itself, right? Yep. And now I've got a phone app, right, that actually I talk through and message through, actually. So text messaging with my phone app with my office number direct.
And the ability to take those anywhere.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
When I was at Makino, I just grabbed my desk phone, plugged it in at home.
Oh yeah.
And I had my extension there, and I was able to work for a couple of months from
You know what? It's great, and it's nice to have that desk phone. But you know what? You don't even need it. I take phone calls all the time on the app. It's really changed the game. What are some of the other newer technologies that you think they should probably start tapping into to pivot?
Yep. I think one of the important areas for everyone, and it's on everyone's mind, is how to secure all these things, how to know where your vulnerabilities are. So security is a big, important piece, especially when now you're spreading that network out into people's homes, and that varies in so many different ways. So how do you protect your company assets during that time and the connectivity to those assets? So things like vulnerability management, or breach detection, indicators of compromise, to maintain a security Mimecast, to make sure that the emails coming in and being monitored and filtered properly.
Security,
all those security areas.
Make sure people aren't sending out credit card information or healthcare information or PHI by email that they shouldn't be sending out.
Correct.
That's what
and those things you can control through Mimecast.
Yeah.
Yep. But also how to connect remotely. Moving your servers to the cloud, right? So that you can access them from anywhere without having to have a VPN connection, right? Which requires licensing and hardware and so on and so forth.
So much to take care of it.
Yep.
And
so I think that as we move more to the cloud, I think it leverages your ability to be able to work from anywhere and sustain a working from home situation.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it's about. It's keeping that productivity up while you're at home as well.
So I'm going to close this up real quick here because, again, I don't want to take too much of everyone's time, but I'm really excited to announce that Vinny's going to actually become part of our No Law Firm Left Behind network. Obviously, it's a natural thing for him to do since he's joining back up. But he'll be talking more in podcasts and webinars and writing more, blogging more, and actually do some social media activities, as well as we're going to have you on your own email thread. I know you don't know that yet, but we're going to have you be posting some emails, some tips, if you will. Right. So more of this to come from Benny.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, if you're not a member of the No Law Firm Left Behind, we've got a great group running on LinkedIn. All you got to do is go to LinkedIn and search for No Law Firm Left Behind. Ask to join, and Vinny's an administrator on it now, so he'll be able to let you into it. But if you have any questions, look for that group, or reach out to me at jim@splice.net or call 513-252-0212. But if you want to reach Vinny, give him your email address.
Yep, my email address is Vinny with a Y @splice.net.
Don't worry, if they misspell it, we've got you covered.
Oh, okay, good.
Just in case, you got to take all answers. Thanks a lot. Look forward to talking to you soon.
Look forward to seeing you.